Let's get right to our top story tonight. A local defense attorney is asking for a full review now of the Bell County District Attorney's Office after the state failed to turn over evidence in a timely manner to the defense in a child abuse case.
They allege it's a systemic problem, and this go-around, it led to a judge declaring a mistrial. In the case of Demetrius Woods, Judge Wade Faulkner declared a mistrial based largely on the fact that a 17-page Nolanville police report that wasn't provided to Woods' defense team until just 3 days before the trial was set to begin. Faulkner ruled that was a violation of the Michael Morton Act, which says the state must provide all evidence to the defense. Today, I talked to our 6 News legal analyst about the violation of constitutional rights and also the defense team that's calling for the review.
Well, it's a problem if it happens just once.
6 News legal analyst and former prosecutor Liz Mitchell says there should never be a doubt that all evidence has been turned over to a defense team.
Talking about a constitutional right that's been infringed.
It's also illegal if you don't. It's what happened in Bell County. A child abuse case was recently declared a mistrial because the state didn't turn over evidence in a timely manner.
The state brings the charges, thus they must gather all of the evidence, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's hard for me to imagine that the prosecutor wouldn't have gathered CPS reports in this case.
It's a case that Jeffrey Lennick and the rest of the team at the law office of Brett Pritchard has been working on.
Needless to say, they failed in spectacular fashion, meeting their duty in this case.
Lennick says evidence not being handed over is a systemic problem that needs attention.
It highlights a very serious flaw in the system and in the policies that Mr. Garza has running his office. And so I think it needs a top-to-bottom review and a complete overhaul.
The defense attorney says this is the first time the Michael Morton Act has been ruled to be violated in Bell County.
This is pretty significant negligence coming from a state agency that has the power ultimately to incarcerate individuals, deprive them of their freedom, and even if it's just negligence on their part, that should be seriously concerning.
This could also just be the start of what's to come.
Might be more hearings to determine whether or not it was an oversight or whether it was a blatant hiding of exculpatory information.
Mitchell says the job of the district attorney's office has now become more difficult, and this directly impacts the community.
I think the broader scope is it develops this mistrust and this skepticism on prosecutors when they're bringing forth charges.
Well, Bell County District Attorney Henry Garza sent a statement to 6 News in response to the accusation, stating in part, "The fact of the matter is that a report by the Nolanville police officer was not discovered by the trial attorney until the week before the start of the trial, and he promptly provided that report, copies of pictures, and the Child Protective Services report to opposing counsel," end quote. Garza went on to say there are still active cases against Woods, and his office plans to proceed at a later date on those cases. We have more details about this case on our website. That's kcntv.com.